Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another spectacular episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. Three continents down, three more to go. No cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. You see, we have WWE Backlash France here with us. Actually, which is going to be tomorrow. It's upon us, and it's actually emanating from geez, it's from Lyon, Metropolis, France. I've never heard of that part before, but anyways, joining us to actually discuss the card and to actually go over the matches is actually our good friend, a guy who's been on our show several times before, and a guy who I would actually trust to have my back in a two-player game of Double Dragon or a two-player game
Mhm.
of Contra. Everybody, welcome to the show, straight from Louisiana, Georgio Arcade. How you doing
What's
tonight,
up,
sir?
everyone? I'm doing good, man. It's you. The night is young, as they say.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. It's Friday night, Friday night. For those of you out there about to have a night on the town, I know the weather is getting warmer. If you're out there about to have a night on the town, about to have this, enjoy this time with your friends. Enjoy it, make it memorable, but also make sure that you're safe, drink responsibly, and have fun. But don't have fun at anybody else's expense. But enjoy the night. So we have WWE Backlash France, and I gotta say, Georgia, how do you feel about this event?
Well,
Um,
in terms of like what?
being overseas, like just being overseas, because it's the first time we've had a backlash. Well, unless you want to
Yeah.
count Canada, which I don't know if it's ever been held in Canada, but this one
Mhm.
is going to be taking place in France. How do you feel about
Yeah.
this?
Oh well, I think this is gonna be especially from a live event and ticket sales perspective. This is gonna be big business for WWE. No pun intended, the big business part. But yeah, I think this is gonna be very historic. And judging or depending on how this event does, I can see WWE going back to France for a more bigger premium live event like a SummerSlam or Survivor Series or something like that, or maybe a WrestleMania. We may have a
Ooh.
WrestleMania in France one day.
That might be a tough one because WrestleMania over in any foreign country that's not Canada, that's going to be kind of tough
Yeah,
because WrestleMania
yeah,
brings in a lot of revenue, a lot
it
of
sure does.
merchandise sales. So let's hope that if they do decide to do that, although I've heard rumblings of Shahid Khan. No relation to the Tony Khan family, to the Khan family over in AEW. Y'all don't start
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, Shahid Khan from no. I don't think he's related to the Khan family. And
Nah.
even if he is, this is probably his own separate thing he's doing. But Shahid
Yeah.
Khan, I think he's the mayor over there. He's saying that he wants to try to bring WrestleMania over in London, which I was just in
Yeah.
London this past January. Beautiful
Wow.
place, wonderful place. People for the most part are mad cool. Love the food, everything there. But it would be kind of tough, not just for the time difference, because I mean the time differential is only 5 hours. So I mean you'll just have to watch WrestleMania during noon, which in everybody should be up by noon, so it shouldn't be that
Yeah.
bad. But
Nah.
it's
You
the
can take off
merchandise
the work.
sales, like it brings revenue to a town. So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a WrestleMania overseas again because man, I remember the Toronto one, the Canada, and all of that, and I think London would be huge, like for real.
right.
That'd be really special.
Well, let's see how it goes. Hopefully, it's because this is an event that's been held on. Well, you said Toronto, so let's say it's been held on North American soil.
pretty
It's
for the
been
most
held
part.
on North American soil for the past 40 years. So
Mhm.
to take that and take it, have it over. And this is nothing against anybody in England. Like I said, I got
Right.
mad love for y'all, but it's gonna be. It's not difficult, but it's gonna be a task. It's gonna be a
Well,
task.
it's gonna be pricey for the fans. Like you would literally have to plan a year in advance just to afford the plane tickets and the actual tickets to the event,
Ooh.
not let alone the merch. So you're gonna be
Yeah,
looking at a couple of grand.
yeah, yeah. And you gotta look at the currency differential. The pounds,
Oh man,
are definitely
oh man, that's a whole another beast.
yeah. I could tell you, I pay honestly. I'm gonna be very transparent. When I went to London, I paid £286 for 2 nights in London. I stayed in South Kensington, and as
Oh,
a matter of fact, for those of you watching, they know. I actually did a Ringside Society episode in when I was in London, and I was up since 1 o'clock, and I we didn't finish the episode until probably like almost 3, I
oh
think,
man,
or maybe a little past 2. But yeah, it's going to
yeah.
be a task, but I'm all for it.
Hmm.
Hopefully other people get to enjoy it. Hopefully the promotions over there they step up their game with their shows and whatnot, because it's not just WrestleMania weekend; it's WrestleMania week. You got everybody and their
Oh
cousin
man,
with a
yeah,
promotion having shows, so it'll be interesting to see.
yeah. Hmm.
So WrestleMania, well, not WrestleMania, WWE Backlash, France, the first pay-per-view we've had since WrestleMania. Um, we got 5 great matches. You
I was
know,
surprised it was just 5 matches. I thought it was gonna be at least seven, because they like if it's a show like this especially overseas, they normally would ramp it up with the match card. But I guess they're like, hey, we need to get out of here as soon as possible.
oh yeah. Well, but you know how WWE does it now. They're no longer like stacked and giving you 10, 11, 12 matches. You're gonna get
Oh yeah,
5 matches, but they're gonna be 5 good ones, 5 memorable ones, and
yeah,
they're gonna let everybody involved showcase their talent. So, and that's great.
yeah,
I like how Triple H is doing it.
yeah.
And
Smart.
it's he's making these matches memorable as opposed to giving people 12, 13 matches and they
Oh
can't. Oh wait, when did that happen? Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was a quick match. You know, so
Mhm.
I like this format. You
Yeah,
know,
me too. Especially if you got stuff to do, like outside of just watching wrestling, it allows you to be able to, it won't take up too much of your energy. So,
yeah, yeah. So we have 5 matches. Each of these matches have had a somewhat decent build up. Um,
yeah,
all except for one, which I will. Even if it didn't have a good build up behind it, it's still going to be a banger. I know it.
yeah.
So you know how this goes, Georgia. We're going to go down the card. Since it's just you and I'm just going to ask you who you think is going to win. Then you tell me, and I'll give my own prediction. And for those of you watching that are watching and listening right now, oh, by the way, shout out to my boy Robert Scarola. Glad to have
Oh,
you on here as
welcome to the
always.
stream, Robert.
For those of you watching and listening, feel free to give your comments, your own predictions in the comment section below, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter, or whether you're in our Facebook group. Definitely feel free to do that. We always encourage fan input when it comes to our product. So,
Mhm.
with that being said, the first match we have is a tag team match, and this is going to
Mm,
be a test, not just for one of but just for one of the tag teams, because the other tag teams, both men are former world champions, and
right.
I'm talking about, Randy Orton, the Viper Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens, the host of the Kevin Owens show, versus the Bloodline, which is the combination. Well, now there's only two. Wow, and then there were two,
Yep.
which are the team of Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga.
Hmm.
Georgia, who you got for this one?
Before I tell you my prediction, let me get a root beer real quick.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's right here. So, yeah, you
Never go
can't
wrong
have
with
a
beer.
epic you can't have an epic
And you
live
got the
stream
A and
without.
W, man. Whoever raised
Yes,
you, they raised you
sir.
right. You are a well cultured man.
Oh
A and
yeah.
W beer. You can never go wrong with that.
All right. So, for this match, one would think you got to have Solo, Sokoa, and Tomatonga win. They got to win this. You don't want Tomatonga to lose his first match. It wouldn't make any sense. I think they need to have a dominant showing. I'm not saying you squash Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, but I don't think it should be a super long match either because we're trying to establish how powerful this new bloodline is going to be. So that's what I believe. I think what you could do, you could probably have Toma Tonga start off the match, and just so people can see what he's about, have Solo come in last. So I
Right.
think they win. That's my prediction for that.
Honestly, I think the Bloodline are going to win too. I wouldn't mind. And I think people are going to see how good Tamatanga is. I know people that watched him in New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Oh, you
they
got
knew how great he
see.
was, you know,
Yeah.
and I think they're going to see how great he is in this match. He could definitely hold his own. The man's not a stranger to tag team wrestling. He's been one half of the God, the Guerrillas of Destiny, with his brother Tangaloa, who I'm also hoping gets another run in WWE. But they've been tag team champions several times, so he knows what he's doing with this tag team match. But the kicker is, if I recall correctly, Tamatonga's finishing move is a cutter. It's a variation of the RKO.
Right.
So I'm wondering,
Hmm.
that's gonna mess up Randy Orton's head if he hits that on Randy Orton and pins him with it.
Oh
Because I've
man.
never seen, to my knowledge, anybody hit that on Randy Orton and pin him with that too. That would be something.
Oh yeah, that would be a great spot in this match for sure, or a good finish. Wouldn't that be
Oh yeah,
something? But he
it
might
would.
have a new finish though.
Yeah, he just might. He just might. We'll just
Yeah.
have to wait and see. But um, you know what? I really hope they do it with him too.
Hmm.
If they really want to differentiate the bloodline, I want him
Yeah.
to give him back his war paint. Like, there's some matches where he wears the war paint.
Oh
That
yeah.
looks
Yeah, I
really
remember that.
sick.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Man.
hoping they bring that back. Even I mean, they might not do it for this match. If they do, that's
Yeah.
nice. But I really hope they bring it back. Um, further down in his career. Hopefully, because that would be sick.
Hmm.
And
Oh
I like,
yeah, definitely.
I like with this thing too. They
Mhm.
didn't change his name.
Yeah, that's a big sign. That's a really good sign right there. Like if this was the Vince McMahon era of WWE, oh, they would have changed his name.
Yeah, he probably would have changed his name to. And no offense to all my Polynesian brothers out there, they probably would have changed his name to. He probably would change his name to Tonga Boy or something. Knowing
Oh
knowing how
yeah,
Vince was.
oh yeah, they
Gosh,
would.
I'm glad
Oh
that
yeah.
guy. I'm
Whew.
sorry he left in the manner he left, but I'm kind of glad that he's gone because now it's like
Yeah.
we could breathe. We can expect something fresh now.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the bloodline too.
So you think that match is gonna start off the show?
I'm honestly, so Wikipedia is which is what I'm looking at.
Hmm.
I'm looking at I'm seeing one. I'm going from like the bottom up, so I'm going for like 5-1 because I
Yeah.
always try to do the title match last. It's the main event last. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing really.
Hmm.
And speaking of title matches, the next match we have, as a matter of fact, 4 out of 5 of these matches are actually title matches. So
Interesting.
yeah, fans are getting a good showing here. So the
Hmm.
next match we have is a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, and it's going to be the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, who are the defending champions, going up against the team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Uh-oh.
Who you got for this one?
Oh man, you know what? I think it's very obvious, and that's something that that's one thing I would say I don't like about this card is a lot of these matches you can kind of predict who's gonna win, but hey, this is the first time it's gonna be just Jade and Bianca going for the women's tag team titles. I think they should win. I would like that, but at the same time, I think Jade should be a single star. I don't want to see her stuck in a tag team for too long because, like, okay, let's say they win these women's tag team titles, who are they gonna face? You know, eventually they're gonna run out of opponents, and they're gonna end up turning on each other, possibly. Maybe like I would say probably around after SummerSlam, but I would prefer Jay to be on a singles run. But as for right now, I have no problem with her and Bianca being women's tag team champions. I think it'll at least
Yeah,
as with those titles, considering the questionable booking at certain times. So I think Jade and Bianca gets the win here.
awesome. Honestly, whew, this is gonna be a tough one, but
Yeah,
um, I'm gonna have to go with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I think they're gonna take these championships. In another world, I would honestly speaking though, I'm a shamelessly play armchair booker right now. I would have never
yeah,
put those. I would have never put Jade Cargill with Bianca and Naomi. If anything, what I would have done. So
yeah.
initially, and I even told I had another third person that I would put with Bianca and Naomi. It wasn't Jade.
Right.
And I even told this person, I was like, yo, if I was writing, you would have definitely been with them. And I'm talking about B Fab. Now picture this, right? People are calling them Destiny's
Oh,
Child, right? Bianca,
right.
Jade, and Naomi. Now picture this. You
Hmm.
put B Fab in there. You got
Ah,
B Fab
yeah.
who does her music. She raps. You got Naomi who's a
Hmm.
dancer, and you got Bianca Belair who's a collegiate athlete. You have three black women who are unique in their own way. I would have made them like the female, like I would have made them like the TLC of WWE, not the New Day. Somebody once said
Yeah.
the female New Day. No, I'm not. We're not trying to get
Oh
female New
no.
Day.
Oh, we ain't doing that.
I
No.
would have put
But then
I
they'll
would
be
have put them
stuck.
as I would have marketed them as TLC, three black women that are having fun. They're not angry. They're not acting ghetto. They're three educated black women that are having fun, and they're talented. And I would. That's who I would have put as a trio. Jade Cargill. She's the kind of
She's all
person that,
she's gonna be big on her
yeah, she needs to be on her own, or at least she should have been in that the Pride. But at the same time, and like I said, I'm not talking like I know anything in the business. She needs that
own. Right.
experience. And what better way to get it from than two people? One, Naomi, who's a veteran in the game. She's a 10 plus year veteran. And then you have Bianca, who not as much experience as Naomi, but she's been there. She's been to the top and she stayed there for, I guess, pretty much a whole year and a couple of months, or a whole year and a month. So I guess, she needs that, on her journey to become who she's going to become, which is a megastar, in
Yeah.
WWE's eyes, and in my eyes too.
Yeah. I mean, now that you brought up B Fab, I think she really could have used the opportunity like that. It would have worked out a lot more for her because yeah, she's with this group with Lashley them called the Pride, which I don't necessarily like the name. I think they could have brainstormed that a little bit better, but B Fab would have greatly benefited from being in a group with Naomi and Bianca. But maybe they got other big plans for BFAB. I guess we will find out.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. So with this one, I guess I'll go with Bianca and Jade. Um,
Yeah, unless they pull a
but
swerve on us.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, the next match we have is a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship, and man, I like how this is going. And I'm gonna be watching this one very closely. It's gonna be the defending champion, the role model Bailey, going up against Naomi
Yep.
going up against Miss Tiffy Time, Tiffany
Okay.
Stratton.
Hmm.
Let me rephrase that. The woman
Okay.
who wants you to feel the glow, Naomi, versus Miss Tiffy Time, Tiffany Stratton.
Mhm.
Who you got for this one?
Oh man, you know what? This one's tough because it's like you don't want Naomi to lose either. I mean, she's only been back with the WWE for what, a couple of months now,
Right.
and I man, I don't want to get in the habit of having her lose big matches. But considering that it's a triple threat, I don't think it would affect Naomi too much if she didn't win. And the thing is, it depends on what they're gonna do with Bailey, because you don't want to just be a hot potato with the women's championship. But man, me personally, I would love to see Tiffany Stratton or Tiffy Time win that women's championship. I think you would you got to go with it. You can always do the match with her and Bailey one on one again later, obviously, because you can have Tiffany steal the victory, like Naomi knocks out Bailey with that butt shot, and
Yeah.
or with her with a moonsault or something like that. Then you have Tiffany come in and knock Naomi out, throw out the ring, and then she comes in, hits that prettiest moonsault ever, and win the championship. So I'm gonna go with Tiffany. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, mm, this is a tough one. You know who I would really like to see win? I would really like to see win
Yeah, I know,
this whole
man.
match.
Yeah.
Naomi. Don't get me wrong. Tiffany's a megastar waiting to happen, just like Jade Cargill. Um, Bailey's a hell of a champion. I
Hmm.
mean, at one point, she and
Definitely.
Sasha Banks, well, the now known as Mercedes Moné, were um, once two of the people that were holding SmackDown up when certain stars left. Uh, but I really hope, I really
Yep.
would like Naomi to win because, like I said, she never got a fair title
Yeah.
shot. We never really got to see her long enough as a champion.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I got a
I can
feeling
see
that
you.
Bailey's gonna retain. She's gonna retain. Tiffany's gonna get in the way,
Yeah, because it's
and
like you don't want to have a short title run either.
right,
It's a tough one, like you said.
right. And the thing is, too, is like even if Tiffany, I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect your choice, Giorgio, but the thing is, would
Yeah.
Tiffany be ready for what comes with? Because oh yeah, okay, you beat Bailey, but then you got Bailey wanting a rematch. You got Naomi who's gonna want a piece of you. You got the ESC Bianca Belair who's eventually gonna have eyes on you. You got Jade Cargill who's destined to be a megastar, and you got Nia Jax who's there too. And you know how she
Oh
is
yeah.
already. So
Oh man.
there's a good amount of competition there too. So and then you got Electra
Yeah.
Lopez, who I'm sure is gonna eventually break out on her own, and she's pretty good in the ring. Not to mention
Oh
she's a
yeah.
second generation star. Um,
Oh,
yeah, her
okay.
dad is Steve King. Steve King was a wrestler way back in like I think the 80s,
Oh,
early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, I believe. And
okay.
yeah, he was a wrestler back then, and that's his
Oh,
daughter.
wow. So yeah,
Yeah.
generational talent right there.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting match for sure. I think us fans are gonna win at the end of the day, but I can only imagine what the booking meeting was like for this match. Try to decide the winner. You
Oh
know.
yeah. I think it's gonna be Bailey. I think it's gonna be Bailey.
I wouldn't be surprised, because there's gonna be, like you said, there'll be time. There's gonna be plenty of time for Tiffy time. But man, if you got Naomi healthy, I mean, you can't go wrong with that choice.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely all for it. I'm definitely all for it. So
Mhm.
And then I would also laugh at all the pissed off fans are like, "Oh, Naomi cried. She was a crybaby and she went to TNA and she comes
Uh,
back and now she's a title. She's holding the championship. It's not fair." And I like to see these some of
oh
these fans
yeah,
cringe. It makes me
that
laugh.
would be. Oh yeah, I would laugh so hard. I think I wouldn't
Not,
mind seeing it just for reactions. For
and
sure.
it's not even because of anything. It's just because like they think they a lot of them, or some of them, because there's a good amount that are like, okay, well, we'll see how this plays out. But some of them think they know everything because they read the dirt sheets, and then they want to take it and try to make. And it's the same thing Al Snow said. Some of them read the dirt sheets and they want to
Right.
take it and make it the official word of what goes on
Yeah.
in the wrestling business and make it an official fact when in actuality they don't know. They weren't behind the scenes. They weren't there when it actually happened. You know, nobody knows what happened with Sasha Banks and Naomi when they approached Vince McMahon, but all of a
Right.
sudden
Hmm.
they know, and they want to call them crybabies and whiners, and how
Yeah.
you know they didn't get what they want, so they left. And when they don't know what the exchange was, maybe Vince disrespected them. Did they think about it? Maybe he
Knowing
said something
him,
derogatory towards their culture, and they were like, "Nope, we're out." Maybe they approached Vince in the wrong way. You never know. It could be any way. They just gotta chill. But I like to see these fans cringe sometimes because it's like you see that's what you get. You know,
yeah.
enjoy the show. Stop whining. Stop crying. Stop reading dirt sheets and trying to make it fact. You don't know nothing. And to all my listeners out there, if you're one of those fans and you get offended, well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
As The Rock would say, "Shut up and enjoy the ride." At the final
Exactly.
boss is
That's
pretty
what
tough.
Giorgio, that's exactly what I've been doing.
Yes.
Okay, The Rock came out and he took Cody's match. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's
Yeah,
see
ain't
where it
nothing you do
goes.
about it. Uh-huh.
They
And
complain
you know
about
what?
eight. They complain about. I know this is a WWE PLE we're talking about, but they complain about
Right.
AEW. They whine. They complain. Oh, why are the Young Bucks attacking Tony Khan? And why is the Jack Perry with them too? And
I
Kazuchika
think
Okada's
it's
with them.
funny. I don't
Just
mind.
let it
I
play out.
Yeah, hey, they made AEW obviously made a mistake with the footage, and now they're saying, hey, we got this negative backlash, we got this all these people talking about us. Let's use it and try to make some money with it, which is what they're doing now. You
Jeez.
know, I mean, we got to give them the benefit of the doubt. At least they're trying to do something with it, even if a lot of us may not agree with it. But hey, they're trying to do something. They're trying to make a star out of Jack Perry. Whether or not Jack Perry becomes a big star out of this, that's on Jack Perry. All this is an opportunity for him to be a star. And if he's gonna be a heel, we're not supposed to like the heels anyway. So
Exactly.
if people don't like Jack Perry, then he's doing his job right. But and another thing is I don't really look at a lot of the dirt sheets to be honest. I just watch the show and I react accordingly to like whatever's going on the show. It's much more fun that way.
You know when I stopped. Well, not when I stopped. You know what I was like. These people don't really know anything. It was 5 years ago or 6 years ago, actually, and Dave Meltzer, I believe, was the one that was reporting it. And
Mhm.
probably shouldn't call his name. No offense to Dave. I know
He
he's
must
been doing
not
his
be
thing. People have
named.
their. What is that?
I said he who must not be named.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said his name. And I have nothing against him.
It's all good.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran reporter, a veteran journalist. But
Yeah.
he reported that they said apparently they're not going to push Becky Lynch because she has a thick Irish accent. Okay, and look at Becky Lynch
Oh,
now. She's
wow,
one of
I
the hottest
didn't
things
read that.
since sliced bread.
Oh yeah, I love Becky. Me personally, she kind of know what we know now. She should have never lost the championship anyway. She should have just kept it. But I guess at the time WWE didn't think Rhea Ripley was going to get injured. So
Yeah, but it's instances like that are like, okay, dirt sheets. A lot of times it's all hearsay and rumors, and sometimes I'm pretty sure Triple H, and even before Triple H, Vince saw the people that were snooping around trying to get info, and he was telling them, look, just give them something fake to
yeah,
let them get all giddy and excited and tell the rest of the masses. and we'll just keep
Yeah,
doing our thing, the real thing here, and
because they read these
that's what
dirt
it
sheets
is.
too. They read them. I guarantee you, some of them sometimes read these dirt sheets and laugh at it.
I would. I definitely would.
Yeah, I think they do. So I mean, it is what it is. I think like we to go back to the show and what we're doing here. Fans just need to sit back and enjoy the ride. It's a roller
Yeah, sit
coaster,
back and
but
enjoy.
enjoy the ride. Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, you got you get wrestling 24/7, 365 now. Enjoy the ride.
Oh
Be happy. And if
man,
you can't
I've
enjoy
been
the
saying
ride,
that
fans,
man, too.
if you can't enjoy the ride, fans, you
Get off
know,
of.
or yeah, find another hobby. Find an additional hobby. I'm into
Right.
travel and I'm into photography. You know,
Mhm.
that's another thing that I do. You're into retro
Right.
gaming and so on. You're into reviewing games and so on.
Right.
By the way, for those of y'all that are into gaming, definitely check out Georgio, but we'll talk about that later on. But
Yeah.
if
Right.
there's no problem with finding another hobby. But
Yeah, and you can come back to it later. I mean, there was a time here where I didn't watch WWE for like 2 years. This was during the PG era, and I switched over to TNA. I was watching TNA more than WWE at the time.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what you got to do.
Yep. The- or like Bobby says, my friend Bobby Sparilla, or just play
Yeah,
W2K24. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. You can do that.
Great point made.
My GM mode. Call it a day.
Great point made, Bobby. Okay, so we got two more matches. So the second to last match, and I believe this is this is, I guess, one half of of a double main event. We
Just about
have
minutes.
for the World Heavyweight Championship, a singles match. We have the defending champion, Damian Priest, the Archer of Infamy, as he's known on Twitter, versus
Yep.
main event, Jay Uso.
Yeet.
Who you got for this one?
Yeah, man. You know what? I don't know. I don't think Damian Priest should lose the belt right now. I think there's money to be made with him, especially because they've been kind of teasing dissension with the Judgment Day. At some point these guys are gonna break up, and Damian Priest is gonna go off on his own. I think there's more that you can get out of this run with him as world champion. So I think Damian Priest is going to win. It's going to be a very competitive back and forth match, but somehow, some way, I can see one of them Judgment Day members coming out there and getting involved in this match. And Damian Priest is probably not going to like it, but they might end up. It probably either JD or somebody, and they'll probably give him the distraction he needs to win. I don't think Jay Uso is going to get this belt right now. I can see him possibly getting an intercontinental title run, maybe, but now is not the time, unfortunately. So I got Damian Priest.
Okay. Man, I like Jey Uso, man. The man has came a
Yeah, me
long
too.
way from being a tag team wrestler, you know,
Right.
to being the other Uso, because let's be honest, Jimmy became more popular because he was on Total Divas, but Jay
That
has
is
made a name
true.
for himself. He's made an identity for himself. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, the man took Yeet out of the hood and made it a thing.
pretty
And
much. Yeah.
and just a reality check for those of y'all that don't know that ain't from the hood. Yeet is not Yeet is like when you throw something, you say yeet. It's not you say it randomly like yeet is when
Yeah.
you're throwing something and you make the sound yeet, you know.
Yeah.
But he took that and made it a catchphrase of his own. He has his own look, he has his own vibe, and I'm all
Right.
for it. But I think, man, Damian Priest is gonna pull this one off, man. I think it's gonna be, and at the end of the day, yeah, there may be dissension, but still Jey Uso is still he's still
He's still
outmanned,
gonna be
man. It's
main
one
event.
against like four or five people. So I'm gonna go with Damian Priest for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing is this, I think Jay Uso's gonna always be over. that's the thing. Like, not every talent needs a world championship or title to be
Right.
over. We've seen it in the past with wrestlers that were their star power is so big that if they never was champion for a while, it never hurt them. If anything, it kind of made the fans get behind them even more. You
Oh
know.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Jey Uso's gonna be fine regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's probably gonna go after Logan Paul, if anything. But honestly,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, whether it's the world title or the IC or the US title, which is what Logan Paul has, I really truly hope Jay gets a singles title run because he's proven himself. He definitely
Yeah.
deserves it, and I'm all for it. He's worked so hard to get to this point, and it'll be great to see him get at least one. Danny B, thanks for joining us. You said you like Jay and you want him to win, but yeah, yeah, you might be right. Uh,
Welcome to the string game.
yeah. Well, Bobby, he can't get screwed for a third time by Jimmy because Jimmy is now
Jimmy's
injured
injured from what
apparently.
I heard.
Yeah,
Or he could be just selling the beat down from Solo and Tom Tonga.
could be. Priest is
I
terrible on the
don't know.
mic. Yeah, but he could get better. He's not that.
He
Bobby,
doesn't
I've
have
heard
to cut
worse.
10-minute promos.
I've heard worse.
Definitely.
Bork Resner. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want him to find me and beat me up. And then
Oh yeah.
I gotta go on to run and grow a goatee and an afro. But Bork Resner, that's all. Bork Resner is not the best on the mic. So yeah,
Yeah. We don't
we've heard
expect
him too. One J and one test. Yeah, I do. We do too. Trust me.
yeah.
Just gotta wait and see. So Danny B, why do I have a feeling you've been on our show before? I don't know. If you have,
Yeah.
thanks. If you
We don't
haven't, we'd like to
expect
hear from you.
that.
So the next match we have is the last match.
Wow.
Oh,
Main
you
event.
have. Okay. If you could refresh me, go ahead. I'm getting older. My memory's not as good as it is sometimes. So if you
Yeah.
could just let me know. Um Maybe we'll have you back on our show for one of these episodes, a predictions episode. But yeah. So the next match we have, the main event, the continuation of a story, I guess. We're gonna be
Yep.
having the grandson of a plumber, a man who
Mm.
is the grandson of a plumber, the son of the
Okay.
American dream, the brother of Goldust. Um, well, now known as Dustin Rhodes, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defending his championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. I don't know if he does it like that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You got it.
Oh yes, happy Bullet Club Day too. Too sweet. I
Yep.
forgot about that. I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding
Okay.
me. It was yeah. Oh, hold on, Giorgio.
Hmm.
One more before we get into this. Before we get into this match, Bobby,
Hmm.
if you are, I know you're here. I know you're listening. I know you're watching intently right now. I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to give
Uh-oh.
you one more chance to correct yourself because you've been saying this since the inception,
Yeah.
2007.
Uh-oh.
2007, I've been telling you this man was going to be awesome. Don't give up on him. And you repeatedly gave up on him. So I'm going to give you one more chance like the Notorious B.I.G. song.
Uh-oh.
Cody Rhodes, finish the sentence.
Hmm.
Finish the sentence.
Is he gonna do it, you guys? Oh.
Is he gonna admit Cody Rhodes is fine is good?
Oh.
Is he gonna admit Cody Rhodes is the guy
Okay.
right now?
We got.
Is he gonna say
Oh
anything?
man.
I
Do
think
we
he's
have to go to
ashamed.
a commercial break?
Oh, he changed it. Okay, okay, okay. Cody Rhodes is
Okay.
100% at least the son of
Oh,
Sam. Okay, you admit you're not a Cody fan.
all
Or
right.
oh, oh, okay, okay. I expect you to say Cody
Okay,
Rhodes
so
is great.
he's not
Not
a crony crybaby. That's good.
yeah. So he was saying that every time Cody Rhodes debut, Cody Rhodes sucks. Cody Rhodes beats Hardcore Holly. Cody Rhodes sucks. Cody Rhodes joins Legacy. He becomes Dashing Cody Rhodes. Rhodes Scholar Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes sucks. You finally admit that he's at least he's decent. Okay, all right. We'll take that. But I want you to know I was right. The man was a star. He was undeniable. He was undesirable. Now he's undeniable. Now he's undisputed. So that's great.
You know what? Here's the thing though. Like, I can understand why some people don't like Cody Rhodes. And here's one thing I think I like Cody Rhodes. I think he's a great dude off camera and of course on TV. But like, the only thing I don't like is like when he would do all the crying where it wasn't necessary. Like, if you're gonna cry, save it for moments in a storyline where it matters. Because if you just cry just because, I think it takes away the power of that particular emotion, with your character.
True.
That's my only like criticism with him with this his character.
So here's my thing. It's not surprising that he cried because you know why?
Right.
If you followed his career, you followed his brother's career, you followed Dusty Rhodes' career, you would know that the Rhodes family, they're an emotional family.
Yeah,
Now
that's true.
let's take it back to 1994 when it was fall and it was getting close to the war games.
Hmm.
Dusty Rhodes cut a promo with his son on his son, not challenging him, but he said, I've always neglected you all my life.
Oh yeah.
When you started wrestling, I neglected you, and you could feel the emotion.
Hmm.
That's how they've always been. And
I mean,
another
but it
thing is that
mattered in that kind of moment though. It made sense.
yeah, and another thing too is that the reason why he suffered that emotion is that he lost his dad. He lost a parent, not just anybody, a
Yeah.
parent that he was very close with, that was with him all the way throughout his career, and finally and finally left him before he got to actually see his epic rise to the top. You know,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
everybody, and I'm gonna veer off just a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody deals with loss differently. I've
Yeah.
seen some people completely lose it, like they're gone when they lost that parent. Some people
Hmm.
handle it well. Some people like Cody, thankfully he's still here mentally. He sheds a
Right.
tear about it. If that's the way, and this is for all you fans that are saying, if that's the way he actually expresses himself, let him. He's not hurting anybody.
That
He's
makes
not
sense.
hurting anybody. I know some men that would cry over a lost parent and still whoop a good ass.
Yeah.
I know some men personally would cry over that, and they'll still put a good ass whooping on somebody.
Right.
So I know Georgia, you have your differing views, and that's cool.
Oh, allow me
No
to
judgment on
clarify
my
though,
part.
real quick.
But
Let me clarify what I meant by that. There's nothing wrong with crying. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with that because hey, crying is a great way to heal. I'm just saying in terms of a wrestling storyline with a character, I think it should be saved for big moments. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's all I was saying.
yeah, that's my thing of it. Maybe that was real life. Like he felt that way that his dad couldn't be there,
Yeah.
and you know, um, Cody, I'm sorry for your loss. I know your dad's been gone for I think it was since 2016, 2017. I'm sorry. You're probably not going to see this, but if you do, I'm sorry you went through that, and I'm glad that you still considered wrestling. We appreciate you. I appreciate you personally because I've always been a fan of yours. Um, and that to me that's just my take on it. But
I
yeah, we
appreciate
got
that.
Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, who I don't know what this man's been doing, but he just hit the gym. He hit the gym
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
He looks jacked, like he ain't playing no more. But who you got for this one? Who you got for this one?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I think Cody Rhodes should win this match, but at the same time, you got to showcase AJ Styles in a really big way. Make him feel like a threat. AJ's supposed to be a heel, I guess, right now. So, I really love to see him turn that up a bit. You know, and really get us to emotionally get behind Cody Rhodes in this match like where the fans are like on the edge of their seat and they're worried for Cody's health in the match. And you remember Cody had that match with Carmelo Hayes, I think it was last week,
Yeah,
and yeah, Cody landed on his shoulder, and everybody was worried about him if he was hurt or not. I say they need to go back to that with this match and make it seem like have AJ really act heelish and hurt that shoulder, and then at some point in the match, you can have the ref say, "Hey, Cody, can you continue?" Make it look like it's a really big deal, like he's really injured, and Cody be like, "No, I'm gonna continue." And you have Cody make that comeback and win. I think this will really help establish Cody Rhodes as a big time, even bigger time baby face because now he's not going to have no great heels to really kind of keep his babyface character strong because Roman's gone, The Rock's gone, AJ he's not quite on the level of those guys as a heel right now, but this match with Cody could change that. So I think Cody wins, but AJ Styles will come out as a bigger heel once this match is over.
yeah. Um, I think
Yeah,
he
like the tech
definitely.
injury, Danny.
I think
Or
he
yeah.
definitely will. This is going to be good. As a matter of fact, fun fact, somebody actually brought it up. I think it was on Facebook or Instagram. There was a match where AJ Styles fought Dusty Rhodes many years ago. I
Oh
think this was
yeah.
with the TNA,
Hmm.
and he won. I think via figure four. So this in a sense is a bit of a get back match for Cody Rhodes because he's like, oh, you beat my father. Okay, now you gotta face me. But it's I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know we're going to see a different AJ Styles. I really wish they would have just turned the whole thing with him and the Good Brothers or whatever they're calling themselves, Anderson and Gallows. I wish they would have just turned all of them heel, even Meechin, who I
Yeah.
think they're wasting time with because that's a gem they have right there. I wish they would have turned them heel, but
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna go another route. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But my prediction is I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a hell of a fight because this is not just anybody that Cody is facing. This is AJ Styles, world class athlete, well traveled, multi time champion who's been a face of a company before several times. Former IWGP champion AJ
Yep.
Styles.
Okay.
Um,
And I like
this
that
is going to
AJ
be
got himself in shape. Like, man, he looks like an action figure or superhero.
shoes. I'm not gonna put the man's age out there, but I hope when I reach that age, I get like that, man. Like
Okay.
that's dedication right there, man.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but this is going to be a fight, and I honestly, Cody's going to win, and he's going to have to fight tooth and nail for this because AJ Styles, he's definitely going to pull out all the stops and show Cody like what it means to defend that big title as a champion. So I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes for this one. Um, and yep, Daddy B, you're right. Michin is great. I always
Yeah,
knew I
it's
I,
just
I knew Michin
looking,
was
man.
great ever since 2012 when I saw her give somebody a super kick and she was in high heels. That woman
Wow.
is phenomenal. She even took a pilot driver from Sammy Callahan through a table
Ooh,
in Ring of Honor. So, or I think it was some other promotion, but that woman's tough. Um, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
I
you're
honestly,
right.
I'd say at least give that man 6 months for that title because that title has so
Yeah,
prestige for that.
yeah, it's
Um,
gotta mean something.
yeah, I met her too, Bobby. I met her too years ago, back in 2013 in New Jersey. I met her again the following year too. Great woman, very nice in person. Very cool. I'm glad she's even in the WWE. I just want to finally win the title though. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we have the final predictions, general predictions for the show. Do you have any general predictions as to what's going to happen in these matches? Like who's gonna interfere? What alliances may form? Who's gonna turn heel? Who's gonna turn face? What you got?
Um, okay, so let's go back to like the earlier part of this show with that tag team match with Solo them. I heard that Jacob Fatu signed or is going to sign with the WWE.
Hmm.
So maybe they could have him show up at this pay-per-view. I don't know if they would do that here, although that would be cool, especially since this is a big show. And if you have Jacob Fatu come in there and distract Randy Orton or somebody, and then allow Solo them to get the win. That would be really cool. Um, let's see. Okay, with the women's tag team title match, that's gonna be really interesting to see what happens with Jade and Bianca as champions going forward. Because it's like, what's next? You gotta have a plan for them, a long term plan. Because I don't know who the other tag teams that they could face. I mean, who Isla Dunn, I think that's and
Yeah, they got those two. They have the team of I forgot the two party girls, the best friends.
oh yeah, Katana,
Kita,
Katana Chance, and the other one. God dang it, I can't
Kaden,
remember. Yeah,
Kitana Chance. I think Kaden Carter's her name.
yeah, Caden Carter. Yes, yeah, you can have them, but those are not threats.
Yeah.
That's the
Honestly,
thing, man.
what I hope Triple H or whoever's in charge of creative does, him or Shawn Michaels, what they need to start bringing in like female tag teams where it's like, yep, you're right. There's Piper and Chelsea, as
Oh
well.
yeah,
That's correct.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, you
They need
could
to
do that
start
because they,
bringing in
they kind
female
of book
tag
them as
teams like they need to start bringing in like legit female tag teams. Like they have all the women there in the performance center. Have just two random women break in
right,
as um as a tag team. Like nobody knows them, but they're
right.
starting off as a tag team the way they did Tyreek and Tyson in NXT this past week. Yes, you're right, Danny. Zoe and Shayna are
I like
definitely
that. I like that team. I
that
like
team is
that
great. I like
for
that
sure.
team more than Shayna and Ronda. That team was
Yeah.
great.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like honestly, a team I really hope continues tag teaming, and the intent, the plan from what I heard. Like I said, I'm not gonna go by what the dirt sheet says, but there was a rumor that Saul Ruka and Donnie Palmer, who are both like high flyers, they're both acrobats. They were supposed to be a tag team in NXT. They even have a YouTube channel together. It only has one video, but I'm hoping that they continue that team once
Hmm.
Danny Palmer um, makes her comeback. I think she's injured, but once she makes her comeback, um, I hope they keep that team going. But hopefully they start bringing in more female tag teams, not just like, okay, you got this already established. Let's put them together and make or
Yeah.
some random pairing. Like, no, we want two women breaking into the business that are established first as a tag team. That's what I think would be nice, and that's what they should keep on doing.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Um,
Trying to
but yeah,
see.
so um, Alexa and Botas get revealed at the end of the show. Finally,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We could see a vignette about what Bo Dallas is gonna do. We could see them show that whatever they're gonna do with that.
that would be nice. I think I'm the only person who probably thinks this. Bo Dallas has the potential to be the face. He always had the potential. It's just that he got stuck
Yeah.
with all these, situations where he was part of Adam. What was it? Adam. The oh
I
my
know you're
gosh, look at
talking
me forgetting
about.
people.
I know that.
He used to have the little conga line, not No Way Jose.
Yeah, yeah, the
Adam
Adam guy,
Rose. Adam Rose.
Adam
He
Rose. I remember that. Yeah. Oh wow.
yeah, you had that. You had the whole
Yeah.
Bo Lee thing, which wasn't too bad, but then he was in the B team
Uh-oh.
with
We got
Curtis
those.
Axel, and I'm hoping this leads to him getting to that next level. Alexa and Bo Dallas, yeah, yeah. Um, you see, that's another tag team I want there. I want Alexa and Lift to team because they have that both have that crazy look about them. That'd be a nice team to see, but who knows? We'll just have to see. Um,
Yeah.
so my final predictions. Do you have any more final predictions, or that's all?
And of course, one will have to think what's going to happen at with the after the result of that women's triple threat championship match. What's next for who the losers?
Yeah. So here's my predictions I have. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. They're gonna lose. Jacob Fatu is gonna. I'm gonna be brave and say Jacob Fatu is gonna cost them that match because let's be honest, as great as Solo Sikoa and Tom Tonga is, they're going up against two established um, world champions. So I think Jacob Fatu is gonna go there and mix stuff up. The tag team championship. If they lose, if the Kabuki Warriors lose this championship, Dakota Kai is gone. Dakota Kai I think she's going to cost them by accident, and she's going to be kicked out of the group. I always said
I
after
didn't think.
Bailey, Dakota was the one that was going to be next. And if you look at that match, that 6-woman tag team match they had at WrestleMania, who ate the pin? It was Dakota. So
Yep.
that's going to be the beginning of the end for
Hmm.
her. And I think this is
Yep.
going to start the feud of the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky versus Team Kick, which was Dakota
Oh,
Kai and Tegan Knox. We're going to see that tag team
ooh,
reunite, and they're going to win the tag team
I
titles
would like to see
eventually.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's on.
I can see
That's
that.
that's 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 a prediction I have there. I ain't got no other general predictions for Bailey, Naomi, and Tiffany. Oh no, actually I do. We might see if Naomi loses. We might see a slight heel turn from her. We might see that happen. It could happen.
I would like to see a
Uh,
little change in her character, too, for sure.
yeah. Um, the next match we're gonna see Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. I got a feeling Logan Paul's gonna interfere with that. He's gonna interfere and he's gonna cost Jey Uso that match. He's gonna set up Jey Uso versus Logan Paul
Logan Paul, SummerSlam.
down the road. Oh yeah. And then last but not least, Cody Rhodes versus AJ. I don't have no general predictions for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, nobody knows after this what's next, for Cody, unless he gets like a new championship because they've been giving everybody a new title. I don't know if they'll switch that undisputed title out just yet, but I can see them giving him a new title at some point.
mhm. Although Bobby, and I know you're probably gonna like this. Um, if the Wyatt Six, which was intended to debut um, a year or two ago, if they are a heel faction, that may be who we see go against Cody next. If they're a heel faction,
Ooh,
because last time I
that's a
checked,
great idea.
yeah, last time I checked, Uncle Howdy wasn't a heel; he was a face. So we
Why
might
not?
see we might see them show up as the next champion. Although I don't know, it probably wouldn't make sense. 'Cause I mean, just to thrust them into the main event scene just like that.
Yeah,
But
that could be a possible long term story down the line.
yeah, that would be something. But yeah, that's all I got right now. But overall, I think this is gonna be a great card, and um, yeah, it's gonna be one to watch, man. Like, what's the match? What match are you looking forward to watching? Like to seeing on this card? Like, out of all of them?
Okay, so I definitely am interested in Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair match because Jay Cargill is like my favorite women's wrestler right now. Well, at least I have like five of them. She's definitely at the top of that list. Of course, the triple threat women's championship match. Um, and and I'm looking forward to seeing Cody and AJ Styles. But it's in that order.
Okay. Um, the match I'm looking forward to seeing the most, I would have to say Damian Priest versus Jey Uso because we're getting Jey Uso once again on in the main event scene, on the world
Yeah.
title scene, and I'm looking forward to seeing him, come through, have the crowd pop for him huge, have
Oh yeah,
everybody
that's gonna be
going, "Yee."
crazy. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. A crazy visual for sure. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So Danny, you're going with RKO versus okay, and then you'll be
I
the
like that.
triple threat. Okay. And Bobby, you're saying Jay and Priest will steal the show. Jay and Priest, hopefully. Okay. All right. You might be right. Jay and Priest just might steal the show and be like, yo, the
That
match
would be
Cody
jealous.
versus Styles was good, but yo, Jay and Priest killed it. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and you would think that Damian Priest, he really wants to show that, hey, I belong in this spot. And Jey Uso
Yeah.
saying as well.
Oh yeah. All right. So that concludes our WWE Backlash France prediction show. Shout out to the people in France. Hope y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all, I'm glad y'all got this experience. It's called World Wrestling Entertainment, so it's the world. So glad you guys are getting this. Enjoy it. Have a great time for us over here in America. And for those of you watching and listening, if feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below, your predictions in the comment section below. Um, who you think might win, who you think might lose, who you think what you think might happen. Um, all that great stuff. No judgment here. Definitely feel free to do that as well. We're gonna try our best to actually have polls um in Twitter where you can actually choose who you think is gonna win, all that great stuff. And last but not least, do us one more solid for those of y'all watching and listening. We're gonna be having a hashtag. I know WWE has their own hashtag backlash, but we also have our own hashtag called Backlash Society. Feel
Ooh,
hashtag Backlash Society. Anytime you tweet about backlash, yes, put WWE's backlash, but put Backlash Society. We will actually retweet your reactions to the matches, what you think of the matches, what you have to say about the paper, the PLE. All you gotta do is put hashtag Backlash Society, and we will definitely retweet all your reactions and everything. And with that being said, George, I gotta say thank you very much. Really and truly appreciate it. Sorry, Kathy couldn't have been here. Sorry, Rob couldn't have been
oh
here.
yeah,
Hopefully
I
next
understand.
time they'll be here. But you're always welcome on our show.
Yeah.
Um, it was great having you on, Danny B, Bobby Scarola. Bobby, we got to get you on the show, man. I mean,
Hmm.
my Fort Lauderdale buddy, man. We go way back, Florida times, acting crazy and listen to all kinds of music. We were like Sean Spencer and Burton Guster, man. We got to get you on here. But thank you for actually being on here. Thank y'all for participating. Danny, we'll try to get you on the next one. I think AEW is coming up. I don't know if you watch AEW, but we definitely have to have you on if you're down to do a predictions show. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap.
Yep.
Maybe not in that order, but before I partake in those activities, um, Giorgio, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling? And by the way, this man is amazing because why? Not only is he a pro wrestling fan, he's actually a gamer and he's also into retro gaming. So if you're into like the games like Super Mario, Contra, Legend of Zelda, Double Dragon, he does like reviews for all of them. And by the way,
Yeah,
you heard about the River City Girls DLC,
yeah.
right? Double
I've
Dragon's gonna be on
seen it.
there.
Oh yeah, I heard about the Double Dragon DLC. I've been meaning to cover that, but I actually been working on my first comic book, so I haven't been able to make as many retro gaming videos. Although recently I covered the new Contra Operation Galaga game, which is like a reimagine of the old school 16-bit Contra game. If people want to check that out,
Wow.
here's the postcard of my comic book, which is Kizio Prayer Warrior. And I'm aiming for a fall release. And on my website, shopgeorgiostavern.com, you can get a poster for $20 or you can get this postcard for 7. But of course, you guys, I love being with the Ringside Society. And of course, if you want to find me on social media to talk wrestling or retro gaming, is my name right there. Is Giorgio Arcade. It's the same on Instagram and Twitter/X. So I'm very easy to find, and I always talk to everybody. So don't be afraid to say hi.
He's a cool guy, man. I tell you, I don't know if
Thank
you're
you,
in New
Danny.
Orleans one day.
Appreciate it.
Next, sorry, go ahead.
I told Danny thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it.
She's not a cool person. Danny, we're gonna try to get you on the next prediction show, man. AEW is coming up. We're gonna try to get you on that. Giorgio,
Gotcha.
you're a cool guy. I tell you what, man. Hopefully next time I'm in Louisiana, maybe I know if you're in New Orleans, we got to go get some beignets. You know, got to hang
Yeah,
out a
me
bit. I know I'm not hang out with a lot of people, man. But you seem like a cool guy, man. So
oh yeah,
you
man. I
know,
got you, dude. No problem.
yeah. But definitely make sure you follow this man. Does a lot of great work. If you're a comic book fan, definitely go ahead and check out that comic. You know, Giorgio has, you know, the artwork. Yeah, the artwork is amazing. Definitely go ahead and check it out. Trust me. He's that interesting, man. You definitely want to give this man a follow. And with that being said, if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places, a couple of cool places. As a matter of fact, this week I should be going to Tokyo, Japan, maybe
Ooh,
London, maybe Greece. I don't know. Depends on how I feel when I wake up in the morning. But most likely it's gonna be Tokyo. Y'all can definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. I'm also on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue as well. Um, our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify and we're also on Teespring, but we're redoing our Teespring shop right now, our Teespring store right now. So
nice.
um definitely we got a lot of cool logos coming up. Some are actually
Thank you.
inspired by the city. Giorgio, we gotta get you a shirt, man,
Oh
because
yeah,
you've
I
been
get one. I definitely I gotta buy one, man. You know
No,
I'm
you
a
gotta.
support.
No, we gonna hook you up. Don't do that. No, no, no. You came through for us on several of these prediction shows, man. We gonna hook you up with a shirt, man. We got a Mardi Gras shirt too. So I don't know if
Ooh,
you're into Mardi Gras, but we got one of
yeah,
those inspired.
definitely.
So yeah, we got a lot of cool logos coming up. So y'all definitely just give us some time. We gonna get the merchandise store situation situated corrected, and when we
Yeah.
do, we'll definitely let y'all know. And
Yeah, tag me in those posts so I can tweet them and repost them so more people can see them.
I got you. I got you, bro. And we're also on. So we're on. Yeah, we're on. That's our Teespring store. And last but not least, we're on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel where you can see cool interviews. Well, cool episodes like this one. You can see cool interviews like the ones we did with our last two guests, Courtney Sawicki and Jimmy Baby, another impressive guy, and our WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2 predictions, AEW Dynasty predictions. You can see all those great episodes on YouTube, and all you got to do to see them, it's pretty simple. It's not algebra, it's not pre-calculus. All you got to do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound, the blue things around it, That's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop being that. To those of you that'll listen later on, you get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at a Golden Corral, and hey, maybe Giorgio at Cafe Du Monde, where they have the buy one get one free special. You know, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, we just want to let everybody know we're very well and aware. It's no secret to us that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. So with that being said, I'm gonna say it one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for WWE Backlash France, and one time for the great wrestling fans out there. Giorgio, help me with this one. We're the
Uh-oh.
Wrestling Fans Podcast,
Yes,
Ringside
sir.
Society,
Yes, we are.
and we'll be
Ringside Society.
and we'll be back next week with another impressive guest and another impressive host. But until then, we just have four favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.
Peace out.